Welcome to Filmtale Echoes. Imagine you are the space explorer whose spacecraft malfunctions and forces you to land on an unknown planet where you must survive for 3 years until help arrives. A vast mining ship was returning to Earth, its crew asleep in cryopods, when a sudden storm of gigantic meteoroids tore through the hull. The vessel screamed as systems failed and escape pods ejected into the void. One pod carried Andy, a junior engineer pulled from hibernation by his AI, which filled his suit with oxygen and helped him into survival gear. Through the pod's window, he watched other escape capsules burst and burn in the hostile atmosphere, then felt his own pod slam into a mountain and shatter. He woke with pain and a flicker of family memories. The pod's exits were jammed, so he smashed a window with a tool only to rip his suit and lose oxygen. He patched the TR while the AI warned of spreading fire. He crawled out just before the pod detonated. Above him, the main ship tore apart and rained burning debris, and a monumental blast threw him kilometers across harsh alien ground. When he finally sat up, the AI confirmed the worst. They had landed on a planet not on any chart with no nearby allies. Sensors could not locate other survivors. A distant light drew him onward. He walked past the wreckage of the ship and ignored strange claw marks and dark stains that might have been warnings. The light came from another person, Dwayne, a communications officer who had already erected a beacon. He explained that even if their signal reached Earth in 8 months, rescue would take nearly 2 years to arrive, meaning they needed to survive roughly 3 years on this frozen, deadly world. Dwayne urged Andy to keep hope, then made a grim plan. The planet's cold-preserved bodies, and their only reliable food source would be the frozen remains of those who had already died. Andy felt sick but understood the choice and agreed, swallowed by the necessity of survival. As they worked to secure the signal, Andy's foot snagged a cable and pulled it loose. While he bent to fix it, a sound cut through the cold air, and a massive, unknown creature burst from the dark. It seized Dwayne and vanished with him before Andy could react, leaving the beacon, the cable, and the last human companion gone. Andy stood alone on a silent, alien plane, the signal still blinking faintly toward a distant home that would not arrive for years. Dwayne was gone, but Andy still had a mission. He needed to send the signal to Earth. Using the instructions Dwayne had left, he carefully operated the device and successfully transmitted their location. He also took Dwayne's gun, knowing it might be vital for survival. Shelter became his next priority, but every direction offered nothing safe. His AI warned that oxygen was running low, and frustration boiled over. In the midst of his anger, a voice crackled through the radio. It was Naomi, a senior astronaut who had survived. Her leg was strapped in a pod, and she begged Andy to come to her. The AI calculated that Naomi's location was 2 days away on foot, far beyond the reach of his remaining oxygen. But Andy ignored the warning, determined to save her. As he trudged through the alien terrain, night fell, and a low, menacing growl echoed behind him. He glanced back, but the darkness revealed nothing. The AI explained that his model, being older, could not scan well in low light, a cost-saving measure for junior engineers like him. Despite the uncertainty, Andy convinced himself it was only his imagination. Walking further, he noticed strange holes in the ground. Shaped like footprints, led him to a massive hole in the ground, revealing a nest of spider-like creatures. Horror struck as the AI reported signals of nearby crew members. Andy realized, with sickening clarity, that the signals were coming not from the living, but from the bodies already consumed by the aliens. Terrifying growls closed in from all directions. Andy turned off his helmet light and tried to hide, but the creatures sensed him and drew closer. Desperate, he fired his flare gun. The burst of light revealed dozens of aliens surrounding him, their attention now fixed on him, forcing him to flee. In the chaos, he slipped down a steep hill, but survived. From this vantage, He could see the faint outlines of 4 trapped crew members inside a creature's stomach. His suit, however, was damaged, and oxygen began leaking. He patched it quickly with repair spray when a voice startled him over the radio. It was Dwayne. Andy had believed him dead, but Dwayne was alive, struggling against the creatures. Naomi's voice urged him to help, reminding him that survival depended on teamwork. Summoning courage, Andy climbed the hill and found Dwayne fighting 2 monsters at once. Before he could intervene, a creature struck Dwayne from behind, killing him instantly. The aliens now swarmed toward Andy. Naomi acted swiftly, activating the AI systems in nearby pods. Lights blazed across the terrain, distracting the monsters and giving Andy a narrow path to escape. Running through the mountains, he stumbled upon a strange, breathtaking area filled with glowing purple fireflies. For a moment, wonder replaced fear, but the beauty was deceptive. When a firefly landed on his helmet, it turned red. Soon, more swarmed his suit, tearing at it with sharp appendages. Realizing these seemingly delicate creatures were deadly, Andy brushed them off and fled, the alien landscape offering no comfort, only danger, and the constant fight to survive. While running, Andy's foot caught in what seemed like a pit, but it quickly revealed itself as a monstrous mouth that tried to pull him inside. He glimpsed the horrors within the creature's stomach and felt himself suffocating, his chest tightening in a sudden heart attack. His AI reacted instantly, sending an electric shock through his suit. The jolt revived Andy and stunned the creature, forcing it to spit him out. He escaped, but the monster was relentless, pursuing him across the alien terrain. Desperate, Andy ducked into a tunnel, hoping for safety, only to discover it was filled with the same deadly fireflies that had attacked him before. They swarmed his suit, tearing it and draining his precious oxygen. Over the radio, he told Naomi that he might not be able to reach her after all and planned to return to the ship in hopes of finding a pod to refill his oxygen. Naomi insisted he go, but Andy knew she wouldn't survive alone. Summoning all his strength, he ran toward her. By the time he reached Naomi, his oxygen was dangerously low. He collapsed outside her pod, barely conscious. Naomi quickly opened it, pulling him inside and giving him life-saving oxygen. Slowly, Andy regained his senses and noticed that Naomi's leg was trapped in the wreckage. He tried to free her but realized it would be excruciating without tools. Using items from her emergency kit, he fashioned a lever and finally freed her leg. Though slightly fractured, she was alive. Together, they armed themselves with repair spray and a flare gun, stepping outside only to find creatures surrounding them. Pain slowed Naomi, but her AI injected her with a strong medicine, allowing her to keep running. They raced toward the ship, reaching a relatively intact section. Naomi worked to open a compartment while creatures closed in, and when they entered, she slammed the door, cutting one in half. Relief was fleeting, however, as other monsters had already followed inside. They locked themselves in another cabin, only to discover it was a gas chamber, trapping them. Cornered, they finally spoke. Naomi questioned Andy's despair, and he revealed the grief he carried. A video of his wife and son, lost in a tragic accident for which he blamed himself. Tears fell as he admitted he felt he should have died instead. Naomi comforted him, saying that whatever happened was for the best. They embraced, thinking these might be their final moments. But the fireflies clinging to Andy's suit became an unexpected weapon, attacking the door and the aliens outside, giving them a chance to escape. As they ran, a massive creature pursued them. Naomi devised a daring plan: lure it under an escape pod and trap it. Andy raced ahead to activate the controls while Naomi acted as bait. The creature followed her under the pod, which dropped and crushed it. Victory came at a cost. The pod required power to launch, and Andy sacrificed the last energy in his suit to fuel it. collapsing unconscious. Naomi broke down, believing him dead. But moments later, he awoke. Relief and joy washed over her as they realized he had survived. Morning light streamed into the ship, and for the first time they took in the strange, haunting beauty of the planet they were trapped on. They accepted the 3-year wait for rescue, ready to face whatever this alien world would throw at them, together. The story ended there, a tale of survival, sacrifice, and hope in the face of unimaginable danger.